Hey guys, Beau here, and this is my list of the top 5 smartphones of 2013. Now this list was incredibly hard to make, but I managed to narrow it down to just 5. So without further ado, here's my list of the top 5 smartphones of 2013. Starting at number 5, we have the Nokia Lumia 1520. Now the Lumia 1520 makes the list on the top 5 because it is the best Windows phone of 2013 with specs that rival some of the best and most high-end Android phones on the market. The 1520 has a 6-inch full 1080p LCD display, a snappy quad-core Snapdragon 800 processor with 2GB of RAM, along with a whopping 20-megapixel camera. Everything about this phone screams fast, and while the Windows operating system isn't the most popular right now, it is still a very capable device, and it is the very best Windows phone of the year, which is why it made the list at number 5. Coming in at number 4, we have the iPhone 5S. Now the iPhone 5S is Apple's most premium smartphone of 2013, and although it is an in-between S model of iPhone, it is still able to pack a punch with speed that is still hard to beat. Inside the 5S, we have an A7 chip with a 64-bit processor, a Retina display, an 8-megapixel camera, and a fingerprint scanner along with Apple's new iOS 7 operating system that packs a bunch of new features along with several design changes and added animations. While high-end specs have never been Apple's forte, it's nice to see Apple include a 64-bit processor inside, and it's also convenient to unlock your phone with your finger thanks to that fingerprint scanner. But with Apple's excellent build quality paired with these specs I just mentioned, the iPhone 5S just works, and it works well, making it take the spot at number 4. Coming in at number 3, we have the Samsung Galaxy Note 3. Now the Galaxy Note 3 just had to make the top 5 list as it is the best large phablet phone on the market, period. It comes equipped with a massive 5.7-inch Super AMOLED display, a quad-core Snapdragon 800 processor, 3GB of RAM, a 13-megapixel camera, along with a large 3200 mAh battery. What's cool and really noteworthy about the Samsung Galaxy Note 3 is of course its form factor, but it's also the first Samsung device to really have a premium feel in the hands, thanks to the included leather back that is much better than the slimy plastic back found on many other Samsung devices. This, along with Samsung's new S Pen and multitasking features, makes the Samsung Galaxy Note 3 one of the best phones of 2013, which is why it came in at number 3. Coming in at number 2, we have the Nexus 5. Now the Nexus 5 is Google's latest flagship device that has a ton of great specs with an even better price tag. On the inside, the Nexus 5 comes equipped with a full 5-inch 1080p IPS display, a quad-core Snapdragon 800 processor with 2GB of RAM, pure stock Android 4.4 KitKat, and an awesome $349 off-contract price tag. Now, Nexus devices have always had a sweet spot in my heart because they run the latest versions of unadulterated Android, which I think is the most reliable and smooth operating system on the market. So with such a cheap off-contract price tag and high-end specs that rival some of the best Android phones on the market, you really can't go wrong with the Nexus 5, which is why it takes a spot at number 2. Coming in at the number 1 smartphone of 2013 is the Moto X. Now the Moto X really caught me by surprise when it was announced just a few months ago because it really doesn't have that great of specs on paper. Inside it has a dual-core 1.7GHz S4 Pro processor with 2GB of RAM, a 4.7-inch 720p AMOLED display, along with a 10-megapixel camera. But Motorola has equipped the Moto X with an X8 chip that essentially transforms the S4 Pro processor into a quad-core processor with 2 separate dual-core processors for natural language and computing. Basically, this means the Moto X is incredibly fast while it is able to display active notifications when the screen is off, in addition to it allowing you to ask Google questions whenever you'd like without actually having to turn on the display. The Moto X is also the most customizable phone in the world as you can use Moto Maker to customize the back cover of the phone and the button colors, along with the headphones that are also included with every Moto X. For all these reasons and more, I've really fell in love with the Moto X, and I think the customizable options along with the optimized processors really make the Moto X the number 1 phone of 2013. So that is my list of the top 5 smartphones of 2013. I want to give some honorable mentions to the LG G2, the HTC One, and the Nokia Lumia 1020 as they are also excellent phones that just barely didn't make the list. But overall 2013 has been a very competitive year that will continue to get more competitive next year as demand for mobile computing continues to skyrocket. But with so many great smartphones released this year, I want to ask you guys, what is your favorite phone of 2013? Is it one that I mentioned on this list, or is it one that I didn't mention at all? I always love to hear what you guys have to say, so be sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment right below that like button. And if you guys liked this top 5 video, be sure to hit that subscribe button right down here so that you can stay up to date with all of my latest tech news and reviews. But with that said, that's gonna about do it for this video, guys. If you want to take a look at my unboxing of Google Glass, you can check out my video right down here, or you can take a look at my full review of the Nexus 5 if that's something you'd be interested in. But as always, guys, I'm Beau from How To and More. Thanks for watching.